Does the buyer's claim for 过户 and 交房 exceed statute of limitations?
If you want to buy or if you has already bought an apartment in China, you should listen to this video carefully. Your housing sales contracts or the pre-sale agreements stipulates a time limit for the seller to deliver the house to you or to do the ownership change registration, which in Chinese we call them as 交房 and 过户. Okay, you should understand first that in most Chinese civil cases, 3 years is the statute of limitations. So here comes the questions. Question 1. If the buyer, after more than 3 years after the agreed deadline, requests the seller to deliver the house, does the buyer's claim exceed the statute of limitations? The answer is that the buyer's claim falls under the category of the creditor's rights claim and thus is governed by the provisions of the statute of limitations. However, there are different scenarios. If the apartment or if the house meets the legal delivery conditions, the statute of the limitations period shall be calculated from the expiration date of the agreed delivery period in the agreement. But if the house does not meet the legal delivery conditions, the statute of limitations period should begin from the date when the apartment meets the conditions. Okay, the above is the answer to question 1. Question 2. If the seller has delivered the apartment to the buyer, but failed to complete the ownership transfer procedures within the agreed period, and the buyer requests the seller to do the ownership change registration more than 3 years after the agreed period, does the buyer's claim this time exceed the statute of limitations? Okay, think about this question. The answer is no, because the claim falls under the category of the buyer's property right instead of creditor's right. So this time, the claim is not subject to the statute of limitations of 3 years for most Chinese civil cases. Did you get a lot of tips of this video? Follow me and you will no longer get lost in Chinese legal world.
Your reliable lawyer in China.